going on? It's your dog Artman Boxing, and we're back with a boxing review. Oh man. Last night was a pretty good fight, man. All bullshit aside, all excuses to the side, all that shit to the side. Last night was a pretty good night for boxing, and I'm not the biggest Lomachenko fan, but that fight did keep me entertained, and it woke me up actually because I was watching the fight before. Uh, I forgot the guy's name, but he was using his left hand all fucking night, and I was just like, man, you're not getting this guy out of there. You just toying with him. Nothing's really happening. Yeah, on to the next one. So I was falling asleep after that shit. But the Loma versus Ortiz card, man, that fight right there, it was very interesting because I've never seen Ortiz fight, but I did hear that he was Lomachenko's sparring partner. So I had an idea that, Lomachenko knows this guy, so he might just break him down and beat him easily. Man, was I wrong. He didn't break him down easily. I don't even think he broke him down, to be honest. It was a competitive fight. And oh man, Top Rank, I gotta give Top Rank in their ability to change the narrative within a second. I love that shit. Hold on one second. I love the way that they're able to do that because that shit is amazing. Lomachenko went from being the top fighter, top in the world, blah blah blah, all that shit, all of that, just to be, oh man, I don't know, man. Maybe the war tore him down. He's getting old, all that shit, man. I'm like, dude, oh my god, look, look. Said Loma is cooked. He's a terrible off the back foot and rhythm cross step too much. Lomachenko, he's not the guy that ESPN wants him to be. I'm sorry, like he's a good little fighter, but he's not better than the guys that we see, man. He's not better than Devin Haney. He's not better than fucking Shakur Stevenson. But if you ask Joe Tessitore and Mark Kriegel, man, they make it seem like this guy's the best fighter on the fucking planet. My thing is, you don't say a guy's the best fighter on the planet, and then he goes into the match looking fucking soft. Let's keep it a buck. You don't go into a match saying, oh man, this guy, he's one of the best we've ever seen in the entire planet. The best fighter ever. Blah, 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 blah. Pound for pound, number one. And then you go in there and make excuses for him. That's not gangster. That's not gangster at all, man. I'm not feeling that shit. Said where Loma fans at now? They were saying Haney gonna duck. Did y'all hear it? Some folks didn't hear, but I had my TV on pretty loud. Um, Bill Haney was like, I guess he was fussing with the guys because I guess they weren't trying to let him come on the stage as fast as he wanted to. He's like, man, what's up? I'm trying to get on here. We try to talk. Let us talk our talk. Man, ESPN, they try so hard to protect Lomachenko, but it's over, dude. And it's not because of a war. It's not because of a war. It's because he's just not that guy. He's just not that guy at that weight class. He's not. Devin Haney is. But everybody's talking, but I really want to hear Paulie Malignaggi. That's who I want to hear the most. I want to hear Paulie Malignaggi because you said that this is the motherfucker, the white boy that's gonna beat Devin Haney. Last night it looked like the white boy can barely even beat the guy who barely. This is his first time touching 12 rounds. Come on, man. Don't run now. And I already hear the excuses coming. Loba's too small. He's too small. If he's too small, he should drop down and fight a Nui then. That's what the fuck he should do. The fuck out of here. Haney is gonna beat the shit out of Lomachenko. Dude, I'm gonna keep it 100. It might be even worse than George Kambosos. You know why? Because if Lomachenko thinks he's gonna run up on Devin Haney and try to use them angles, he's gonna get caught with a fucking looping right hand. Devin Haney's gonna step over right where he's trying to pivot and catch him with a fucking right hand. And it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be so ugly when the guy that you deemed as pillow fisted knocks out your fucking favorite fighter. And you know what? At first, I used to say, you know what? Haney, Lomachenko doesn't deserve a fight and all that shit. It doesn't even matter because you guys rank him so high. So when Devin Haney goes there and whoop this guy, I want you guys to look at Devin Haney's resume and say, damn, this young guy is legit. He is legit. Like we've been fucking saying. Loma looked like shit last night. Man, I was watching that shit like, man, oh man, because at first I was sleepy as hell because the fight before that was boring as shit to me. But I get to turn it on the Lomachenko fight, and I'm just like, man, okay. Damn, Lomachenko already bruised up on the face. And tell me why these motherfucking devils try to say, oh, it's because of the tape. The type of tape he has on his glove, which got Lomachenko's eye bruising. Not the jab down the middle, but the tape. The fuck out of here, man. Dude, I'm glad that every boxing fan noticed the fucking clear bias that they have for Lomachenko. I'm glad. I'm seeing several tweets of people saying, man, what is up with them kissing Lomachenko's ass? One part of the fucking broadcast that made me cringe so bad is when they had the top rank roster basically having their own fucking 15 seconds to say how much amazing Lomachenko is. Dude, I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? They got Duke Reagan. They got, who else? The other guys that was fighting on the card, Nickel Wash, the motherfucking Torres with the motherfucking mustache, talking about some, yeah, man, I told my father I want to be just like that guy. I want to be just like this. Nigga, who wants to be like that motherfucker, dude? Getting his ass kicked by 3-year-olds. The fuck out of here. Man, I want to be just like him when I grow up. Nigga, first of all, you're already fucking grown the fuck up. And this nigga is already got his ass kicked by niggas who ain't never touching the Hall of Fame.
I just want to say, y'all remember during the lead up to the fight, Top Rank had published that banner talking about, oh, these are the new dudes in boxing, like these dudes gonna take over. I'm looking at the events like, y'all sure?
That's what I posted that shit. I said, this is the future of American heavyweight boxing? Oh
Right, bro.
man, nah,
I,
this ain't it.
I'm sorry, but Duke Reagan, Troy Isley, Tiger Johnson, Richard Torres, marginal. Niggas are marginal. They're marginal. I'm sorry. Oh my god, these niggas are marginal, bro. But meanwhile, I've been telling y'all, Ashton Silva on the Paul Silva undercard, that dude is serious. I'm telling y'all, y'all keep talking about Keyshawn. Ashton will beat Keyshawn ass right now.
I watched that shit. I seen the highlights. The dude that you was talking about, I said I'd never seen before.
Even if you watch his previous club fights, you can just tell Ashton will get on Keyshawn ass right now.
I was watching dude fight, and I was like, oh shit, he made that shit nigga look easy. Isn't that the guy who fought Devin Haney too?
He fought, I remember he fought Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia had to go some rounds with him.
Oh yeah, he fought Ryan Garcia.
Yeah.
What weight class is that dude fighting now? 135?
Yes, sir.
Says stop hating on white Jesus. Loma is king. Yeah, right.
That's just crazy. But
Yeah.
no, I would love to ask anybody which 7 rounds did he win? Which 7 rounds? Because I had Ortiz winning at least 7 rounds. So I'm like,
Really? I
yeah.
get. You know, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100. I had that shit a draw and a Loma win. You know why?
That's
Because
okay.
to Ortiz credit, he did work, but what he slacked at is he let off the fucking gas too early. he let off the gas too early and let Lomachenko look nice, and then he's over here tripping over his feet and shit. And the commentator and the crowd, they just gonna fucking say that was a fucking he hurt him.
And I
There was
hate that.
yeah, it was multiple times in the fight where he tripped over or got hit with a left or something, and it'll look like, like Lomachenko really legit hurt him, and the crowd is going nuts, and the
Yo,
commentators going nuts. So you can already see where that shit is going. My thing is, if that was a fight with between just Ortiz and a guy not named Lomachenko, the refs would have gave that shit to Ortiz or made that shit a draw.
right. And this is why it's important for trainers, boxers, and fans to like to study tape. If y'all notice, all the post-Soviet fighters do that. They don't knock you down with pure concussive force. They try to get your feet tangled and then push you over. Triple G does it. Lomachenko does it. Deverenchenko tries to do it. Artur Beterbiev does it a lot. A lot of Beterbiev's knockdowns come from cuffing behind the head and shoving you over. It doesn't come from an actual clean fucking punch. Like for example, when Linares knocked Loma down, that was a clean punch to the face. Loma got dropped. But when Loma dropped Nakatani, that was him cuffing him behind the head, holding him and hitting him, and then spinning him over. Like when Triple G knocked down,
He couldn't do that shit against motherfucking Ortiz last night. I noticed that shit.
and he's not gonna be able to do it against Devin Haney. Devin Haney gonna get buck in the clinch. He gonna manhandle his little ass. He gonna make Devin Haney look like Terrence Crawford. He tried to fucking clinch him. He gonna get drugged to the fucking ropes and choked out. Talking about, oh, this is a heavyweight. Yeah, bitch, duck season over. Talking
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
that weak shit. Oh my god, he's
Because
so
he looking
big.
at him like, man, I barely made it past this nigga, and this is the nigga I gotta fight. Yep.
But it's funny. It's funny because even when Devin Haney was like a child, like 20 years old, calling out Lomachenko, y'all notice Lomachenko didn't talk any shit, did you? Because Lomachenko and them, they understand boxing. They was like, oh shit.
Hell
Mm.
no, we not ready for this. The American style to offset us.
Yeah, and then people keep making those dumbass Floyd comparisons, bro. Lomachenko was asked this question directly, and do y'all remember what he said? He said, "I have no idea what I would do with Floyd." He said, I'd have no idea. I'd have to fight him and take a chance." So it's like, stop doing that.
There's no way because all that fucking angle shit would not work on Floyd. Because Floyd's probably just gonna sit there and just look at you fucking crazy and fucking Philly shell like, bro. If you step to the side, I'm just gonna step over too.
At 135, Floyd don't need to do all that. Floyd just get in there and knock Lomachenko the fuck out. Like
I,
Floyd
I
have power at lightweight.
just like y'all see how how Ortiz youth and athleticism just had Lomachenko looking like you can see the clear age difference in that fight when that man was fucking jumping on him, looking young and flashy. Man, Devin Haney is more athletic than that dude. It's gonna be bad, man. And that's why I said the only way I see Lomachenko beating Haney is if he gets the same consultant as Tyson Fury.
My
That's
thing is, I don't understand why Ortiz didn't stay southpaw like he did on Herring. I'm like, bro, if you stay in the southpaw stance, you can land your jab more effectively because that's the only thing I'm worried about when it comes to Devin
I,
Haney.
I think he was. I think he was a little gassed, and he was in that moment. He was in a moment of
from the
yeah.
from the
I feel
first
like
4 rounds.
I feel like that was wrong. Telling him how important it was kind of fucked him up a little bit too. You
Yeah,
shouldn't just like make your. My thing is, if I was in a position where I had a fighter and I'm like, yes, I know this can change your life, I wouldn't be telling him that because that shit can make him more nervous. I tell him just go in there, man, and handle motherfucking business. Do what you have to do. Do
right.
not let off the gas.
But my thing is, in a lot of his fights where he's been successful, he's remained a southpaw for the majority of the fight. It pisses me off when dudes switch up the strategy they've had the most success with. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You've been a southpaw this entire time. Handle business. Like people gotta
You know,
understand.
maybe the moment got to him where the crowd is screaming Lomachenko and shit like that. You know, and you feel like you're gonna get robbed if you don't do enough. I feel like some fighters get stuck in a mode where it kind of just got on cruise control because after around the eighth round, it was just like he wasn't doing the stuff that he was doing in the fourth and the third.
Well, I know he got gas from all that flashy showing out because he didn't conserve energy. He got buck wild. He got buck wild and all that stuff. No, Midwest. That's what I'm saying. He landed the jab more effectively as a southpaw because Lomachenko, what he does is when he's facing an orthodox fighter, he blocks the jab lane with his lead hand. Southpaws struggle with other Southpaws because Southpaws aren't common. Why do you think all Jamel Herring's losses are exclusively to Southpaws? Southpaws only have an advantage when they're fighting an orthodox fighter that doesn't know what they're doing. But when they're fighting a Southpaw, it's on the same playing field. That's why he did better from the Southpaw positions.
Somebody named Teach says, "Can Loma beat Haney?" The question you should ask: Can Haney beat Ortiz? Nigga,
Yeah.
yeah.
What is wrong with you?
What? I ain't saying that Devin Haney's gonna go in there and stop the kid, but it's let's just know the scorecards will not be close. What was the scorecard? 117 to 111.
Yeah, they gave him a fucking
That would be
clean
the
sweep.
real scorecard for Devin Haney versus Ortiz. That shit was some nigga, that was a high rate robbery. 117 to what? 111.
Yeah, I don't cap. Yeah, I don't cap. But yeah, no.
So Devin
Haney,
Haney better fight this man in Oakland.
yeah, Haney would decision. Haney would decision Ortiz. It won't be as entertaining as a fight. I tell you that. But he'll get the dub.
Mm. Haney should fight Lomachenko in Oakland.
Definitely. And I was getting. I honestly, the only reason I wanted Lomachenko to win was because I was hoping they would make Haney versus Shakur. Because you notice, Shakur on the timeline. Oh, Lomachenko old. He heavy.
Yeah, I
He
ain't
that.
like that
I'm
shit.
like,
Boy,
oh
I was
Lord.
like, nah, nigga, nah, don't do that.
It's because he didn't want to
Don't
be
do
put in the hot
that.
seat. You know why he did that? He didn't want to be put in the hot seat because if Loma had lost, the next everybody would be saying Haney needs to fight Shakur Stevenson, and Haney is all about it. So Shakur was like, I don't know if I want to do that for my first 135 fight.
Man, my guy Shakur Stevenson, he's good, but it's like he's kind of back. He's kind of in the back of the totem pole right now. We talking about 135. Like, dude don't even got to fight at that weight class yet.
I don't give a fuck. He said
And
on
Devin
Twitter
Haney
he ready
last
for everybody.
weight out. So what are we even talking about here?
Nah, nah, damn all that. He said he's ready for everybody and has been ready since he been a child. So let's get it.
Honestly, honestly, I think Devin Haney should fight Shakur Stevenson at a catch weight. I don't think he should fight him at 135. If there's a way that he can fight him at 138, you know what I'm saying, 139, something like that, for and still keep the belts, then I'm for it. Because I just feel like Devin Haney is literally on his way out of that division. And that type of shit can fuck up your career. Like, yes, I understand. Lomachenko laughing hard as a heavyweight. But yeah, the motherfucker is big. He's big. He
Yeah.
in that last night broadcast, he looks like he's at least 160.
No, yeah, he's not a particularly small lightweight, but I was just saying for his last fight at 135, if it's not Loma and Shakur, but yeah, no, if he's got to fight Loma, then yes, I mean Shakur gonna stay at 135 and reign over everybody. He gonna try to beat everybody up, but Tank because he's not gonna fight Tank. So
Yeah. I would be surprised if Shakur Stevenson becomes undisputed at 135.
yeah, look who down there. But it all depends, of course. It all depends
Oh,
who's
it all
got belts.
depends. Frank
Yeah,
Martin in that situation where they fought scrapping. Honestly, I want to see Shakur Stevenson versus Frank Martin.
he
That's a
wouldn't do that. He
that's a
wouldn't do that.
fight. You know why I like it? Because my thing is Shakur Stevenson is skilled, and I know he's skilled, but I want to see him against a real live dog. I want to see him against another fucking Black American. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna go in there, have same athleticism, but might have more heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? More
More
dog.
dog.
More dog. You know, it's a big difference. Like, let's keep it 100. When we watch Errol Spence versus Sean Porter, or before the fight, or leading up to the fight, everybody knew that Errol Spence is fucking levels above Sean Porter skill wise. But what happened when they stepped in that ring? Sean Porter displayed some dog.
Yeah, Sean Porter, he displayed some dog. Of course, it was highly uncoordinated and it was highly uncoordinated. He missed a lot of punches. He threw low. He, stepped over his feet. He smothered a lot of his work, but he still went in there and fought his best and, worked shit. I mean, but again, Errol Spence Jr. didn't need a knockout to secure victory. Terrence Crawford did when it came to Sean Porter. So that's all I can say about that. Exactly, Coach Rito. We need to see if he can fight. We know he can box. A lot of people can box. You can be taught to box, but fighting is something that is innate in an individual. Your fighting ability is determined by how you handle yourself in high adrenaline situations where your ass is on the line. You need to fight. In Derrick James' gym, they have people that know how to box but are also fighters. That's what makes them dangerous. That's why the Charlo brothers are dangerous because they are good boxers, but they are great fighters. Mm. I mean, I agree Herring was on his last legs, but Cozy, I think Ortiz beat the shit out of Herring, so I'm gonna disagree there. I'm sorry, and I picked Herring to win that fight, so shit. I had to eat that. That is what it is. Yeah, nah, Ortiz whooped Herring ass. Oh yeah, well, we already know Shakur beat Lomachenko ass. Lomachenko weak as hell to the body. Jermaine Ortiz landed like a few hooks of the body. That motherfucker ran around the ring like a bitch. He backed all the way up, did a whole lap around the ring. Like, whew, that was a lot. And the fact that Jermaine Ortiz didn't think to close the distance is crazy to me. I'm like, bro, why are you not jumping on him? He's weak. They're talking about some damn Tank. I want Tank to fight Lomachenko, but number one, I don't think Lomachenko would accept the fight at this point. And number two is that's another one of those fights that got soggy because now it's really not that competitive. Tank will just knock Loma the fuck out. Like it won't even be entertaining. That's why Lomachenko wanted to get Tank when Tank was a baby. Oh yeah, I didn't think it was particularly impressive that he beat up Herring. I mean, Herring was old, and Herring also struggles against southpaws. Herring, every loss Herring has been dealt has been to a goddamn southpaw. So I wasn't impressed with Ortiz. I'm just saying he whooped his ass. Yeah, but that's the standard game plan. And if you're a southpaw and you can turn southpaw on another southpaw, that's an effective advantage. And keep in mind, when Terrence Crawford gets in trouble, what does he do? He turns southpaw. What is Errol Spence Jr.? A southpaw. Do I need to say more? All right. You know, yeah, Shakur big as fuck. Because the thing is, Shakur didn't even like Shakur at the weigh-ins doesn't even look that drained. He's just getting big and probably didn't want to make 130 anymore. Yeah, Shakur is not a tiny little dude. That's why he looked the way he looks. He's not some tiny ass kid. Shit, we got to see what the power do at 135. Next thing you know, this nigga have a run like Terrence Crawford, start knocking everybody the fuck out. That shit would be crazy. Imagine Shakur goes up to 135, starts knocking everybody out. That shit would be nuts. He wasn't out there.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh, no problem.
Shit, I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking
Frank
about.
Martin versus Shakur Stevenson. Yeah, and yeah, like I was saying, when it comes to Sean Porter versus Errol Spence, we knew that Errol Spence was a much better boxer, but as we can see, Sean Porter had that dog in him, and he made that shit a really rough fight for Errol Spence Jr. And yes, I understand. Bigger Errol Spence fans are going to say, "Well, he was trying to show the world that he can dog it out with Spence, I mean with Porter." But in reality, it takes two to tango, and Sean Porter made that shit tough. If Frank Martin goes in there with Shakur Stevenson, yes, he's skilled, but if he tries to play into Frank Martin game, it might be a situation where they're slugging it out, and whoever has the best exchange wins that fucking fight. But it is what it is.
And one thing that's troublesome is that we haven't seen much power. We haven't seen a whole lot of power increases from Shakur Stevenson from 126 to 130. If that doesn't change, I mean, I'm not saying that he can't dominate people with some power, but hopefully he's got enough zip in his punches to disincentivize people because like Devin Haney may not be a power puncher, but it's clear that he has enough power to debilitate people and keep them up off of him. And if Shakur don't at least have that, he's gonna have some issues.
But I don't know. Shakur Stevenson might pull a Bud. Not saying that sign of Black Prime, but I'm saying like go up and wait and start stopping dudes.
That's funny. That's what I just said. I said what if Shakur turned out like Bud, and then all of a sudden at 135 start knocking everybody the fuck out? That would be scary.
Yeah, that's exactly. That I think Bob Arum will want to. My thing is Bob Arum. He only wants to put his fighters in against other networks if he knows that they're gonna win. You know, so if he sees Shakur Stevenson knocking dudes left and right, and those belts somehow, put in a position where he has to fight a PBC fighter, I'm pretty sure he'll let him do it.
Yeah, it depends on the circumstances. Like if what's the name? If Shakur holds all the belts, he's not gonna take the risk. But Shakur right now, yeah, he let him go up to the PBC because right now he ain't got shit. He ain't holding shit the top rank really wants. So if he takes that
What's the
L, they're gonna
plan for
come back.
Shakur Stevenson? Because I feel like it's just repeating itself his career because he's just going up in weight, getting belts, but it's like these guys you're beating, yeah, they're good, but they're nobody that's going to make your stardom go up and transition from a good fighter to a fucking popular great fighter.
Well, if I know Bob Arum, what's gonna happen is they're gonna have Haney versus Lomachenko in the United States, and unless Haney like knocks him the fuck out, gets multiple knockdowns, or throws more punches than him, they're gonna give Lomachenko the W, and then they're gonna immediately sacrifice Lomachenko to Shakur like off top, and then Lomachenko gonna fucking retire, or fight some bums and they retire.
What I think is going to happen is motherfucking Lomachenko is going to fight Devin Haney next, and Devin Haney is going to fucking damn near stop Lomachenko. And Lomachenko's probably going to retire or fight some tune up after that, but who gives a fuck what he does after? But I feel like Bob Arum's going to say, hey, Devin Haney, now that you beat Lomachenko, you know, we do have one big proposition for you if you fight Shakur Stevenson on a pay
And
per
they're gonna
view.
and they're gonna try to get him into a multi-fight contract to keep his ass over there for. I'm okay with him staying at top rank as long as he goes up to 140 and gets like Tiafimo and some of those other bitch dudes.
That shit just crazy how Devin Haney is just jumping off a platform to platform. But that's what you can do when you fucking moving smart in this game. You don't
Yeah.
at least you don't tie yourself down.
A lot of these dudes aren't tied down, bro. Like for example, people keep thinking that Errol Spence Jr. has an exclusive Showtime deal. No, Errol Spence Jr. is signed to Al Heyman. Al Heyman is an advisor. Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah,
can
and Errol
fight
Spence
anywhere.
has man down promotions.
Yeah,
It's like your own contracted
this
service.
and it's the same as Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is not exclusive to Showtime or whatever. He signed with Al Heyman, but Keith Thurman can fight anywhere. So the fact that Keith Thurman is not taking fights is because Keith Thurman wants too much fucking money for the little bitty work he's putting in. That's Keith Thurman's fault. In Midwest, you keep talking about Frank that's not developed enough. Okay, that's fine. Who Keyshawn is 6-0, bro. Abdullah Mason is like 5-0, bro. Ortiz has put in some legitimate work. What gives you the impression that Shakur, Keyshawn, all these dudes are over Frank? Like, bro, Keyshawn could fight Frank Martin, and he said, "Nah, I'm 6-0." So the people you're talking about don't even agree with you. Like,
Exactly.
I understand that they look flashy because they carry out all the moves in the Orthodox boxing Bible, but in a fight, a lot of, especially when you're scared and your adrenaline's high and you're facing someone of similar skill set, a lot of that shit not going to matter, and you're going to.
That's you see, Di. That is exactly what I'm talking
Because
about when
I'm
it
a
comes
person
to
that's had to fight for my life before.
yes, it's a
Unfortunately,
difference.
I've been in multiple situations in which someone was trying to take my life from me, and I've had to fucking fight to get out of it. And let me tell you, I've heard all kinds of shit. I've heard I take jujitsu, I take high level karate, I take this, I take that. I have a knife, I have a gun. Fuck that. It didn't matter because I wanted to live more than you wanted to kill me. So I'm fucking here. And a lot of dudes, like a lot of dudes understand. Like I understand, like Midwest is in the military, so I'm not saying that he doesn't understand. He's probably been in situations like that. But a lot of dudes keep saying that they just look at people like Shakur and Keyshawn. I'm like, okay, they look good, but number one, they're not fighting anybody, and number two, they've never been in with someone that presses them and doesn't want to fucking lose. Like you have to factor in emotion and psychology and all that shit. That's why I think Tank would probably knock Shakur the fuck out because
Like
if
you got to think about it. You're so good as a boxer, right? That you
yeah,
hardly get hit with a certain type of punch. What happens when you actually get hit by that punch? You know what I'm saying? You're so good at slipping punches. What happens if you get hit with a fucking punch by a guy with some damn power and he's relentless?
and not just power, but a lot of power, and also someone who is just as fast, just as strong, and
So
has the
yeah,
same schooling as you. Wait, hold up, Mason got dropped.
I didn't watch this fight. I thought he just beat dude ass.
I watched Abdullah Mason fight. He whooped his. Yeah, I didn't notice that, but maybe I gotta watch it again.
Said Tank not a pressure fighter though, not anymore.
He doesn't have to be. He doesn't have to apply pressure because once he hits you, you're gonna wobble and then he's gonna take you out. That's it's that simple. You don't have to be a pressure fighter when you can box and bang. Pressure fighting is for people with limited skill sets, like fucking Marcos Maidana. That's or William Zepeda. That's when you have to apply pressure. Because Jojo Diaz is the better boxer, so he knew he needed to keep punching him to win the fight. Can we talk about how some? Yeah, Cozy, yeah, man, bro. I'm telling you, the ESPN marketing machine is fucking crazy. These niggas are not ready.
What you think about them niggas having that whole fucking seminar, not seminar, but whatever, that little brief statements from each fighter about how much they love Lomachenko. What do you think about that shit?
Man, I honestly I had this shit on mute to be quite
Oh
honest because I had all three cards playing on two different screens, so I had that bullshit on mute and I was watching the movie at the same time because I'm just like, man, I don't give a fuck what they're talking about. All these dudes are here to suck dick and get a paycheck. And bro, we've seen Lomachenko lose in his prime. We've seen Lomachenko lose when they said he was never gonna lose again, and I just watched him lose again. I don't care. I don't care. All these dudes.
man, I'm not gonna lie. I like watching it because it's funny. It's like a fucking SNL skit listening to Andre Ward and Bradley and Joe Tessitore and them niggas trying to like create a situation like a narrative. It's like they literally sit back and have meetings on how they're able to flip the script like a fucking news channel.
Yeah, they make me so sick, and they be trying to hype up. I'm like, dude, some of these dudes are
There,
literally here just to take up
dude, there was a
space.
point where Ortiz was winning the round, clearly winning the round, and Tim Bradley says Ortiz didn't even hit him.
Right? It's just stupidity,
I'm
especially
like,
when he,
what?
especially when he flipped southpaw and landed like a five-piece combination to the head and body. They were like, okay, Ortiz is struggling right now. He's gassed. I'm like, what are you talking about? He fucking slapped the shit out of him. And then you know what's crazy to me? They did the close up on the fucking abrasive tape. I'm like, oh, so y'all got microscopic zoom in vision for Lomachenko, but didn't run a single investigation for Fury versus Wilder.
Louder.
We had
Not
to do
even one.
we had to do that ourselves. But oh
And that's
oh
not.
oh
And
let's
you know
let's
that
stop and
statement
zoom
there.
in on the
That statement
abrasive
alone.
tape.
That statement alone is reasons why I feel like both of them companies, PBC and Top Rank, are full of shit. Because nigga, them cameras be real close. One of the best cameras that we have out here. And you telling me that I can see a photo of Tyson Fury's glove looking floppy, and y'all being ringside can't see this shit?
Yeah, and you want to know why I know it's bullshit? Because Better Biev cuffs people behind the head like that all the time. He did it to Joe Smith Jr. He did it to Marcus Brown. He did it to Gvozdyk. He does it to every person he fights. And never once do they zoom in and say, "Oh, that was a cuffing shot. He cuffed them. That's why they got the knockdown." Like, no, bro. I'm like, bro, this dude hits people behind the head worse than fucking Butayev. He hits people behind the head every fucking knockdown he gets. And Top Rank don't zoom in on jack shit talking about, oh, he used that abrasive tape, man. Get the fuck out of here.
That's why I don't consider him the a stronger puncher than Wilder.
Better be if he's
Not
not.
not at all.
He's not. Wilder hits you clean and you go to sleep. Better be if hits you and you get up, the ref just waves you off and shit.
But he was beating the shit out of Marcus Brown. I said, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, Marcus Brown quit. That's
I
that's
was
that's,
like,
that's on
"Lord."
Marcus Brown. He fucking quit.
I felt bad for my boy because he was touching them ribs up. I said, "Lord."
Yeah,
I remember after the fight, niggas on Twitter was like, "Man, Marcus Brown need to go get checked up real quick."
but Wilder puts big ass dudes to sleep, whereas
Leak.
fucking Better be if just makes the ref stops you or makes you not want to continue because you're exhausted and shit.
Exactly. I feel like, would you say that Errol Spence and Better Beef have somewhat close to the same power? Not saying that they do have the same power,
Uh,
where they can
no,
make the opponent physically break down and quit.
I would say Better Biev has the more concussive power, but Errol Spence Jr. is the because he's just stronger. But Errol Spence Jr. is the better puncher. Because a lot of knockouts come from punch placement more so than raw concussive strength. It comes from timing more so than raw concussive strength. Because Terrence Crawford is strong as fuck, but he gets a lot of knockouts because of speed, timing, and placement, and also because some other circumstances, referees and whatnot.
Man, all I know is Terrence Crawford. When you go in there and fight David Abenesian, my guy, you there better not be a time where you look hurt because them niggas gonna eat you alive.
I'm gonna definitely
Fans
talk
gonna eat
shit.
him alive. Oh my god.
I'm gonna
because
talk shit.
they gonna be like, oh, this is why you didn't want to fight Errol Spence Jr. He better go in there and pull a Wilder Helenas or Nonito Donaire versus Onui too.
Yeah, bro. Because like, it's just funny. It's just funny because everyone is still talking about when Spence dropped his fucking mouthpiece or whatever. Like, bro, he was clearly off balance. Like, not. I mean,
Look,
Ugas.
no, I'm gonna keep it 100. D Hive, that shit right there. Uh, the ref told what's his name to stop, and the
Yeah,
motherfucker stopped, and you get still fucking punched.
yeah.
That's what the fuck happened. It wasn't oh my god, Errol Spence. He his timing is off. Nah, it wasn't that, and he was a little rusty for even just not realizing that. Yes, even though the refs said stop, motherfuckers will still try to get some cheap shit in
Yeah, and also he was standing at an angle because trying to find the mouthpiece, he was off balance. That's why he was able to recover immediately and defend himself from Ugas. So people keep talking, oh
immediately.
yeah, it's just like, oh my god, look, he got hurt. Like, no, bro.
But Fury can get fucking knocked unconscious and get back up fucking 13 seconds later and you know fight Wilder back and then say, "Oh my god, well do you see that? He's such an amazing fighter. He came back and won the round."
Yeah, it's just fucking pathetic, bro. I can't.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, and better in Midwest, that's true. But better Biev, like I said, like most Soviet trained fighters, also cuffs a lot behind the head to force knockdowns where they're not actually there. Same thing as Triple G did to Danny Jacobs in the first round. Because without that knockdown, he loses that fucking fight. And keep in mind, I don't like Triple G or Danny Jacobs. I think they both some bitches.
This conversation said Brown got rips to shreds. That he generates a lot of power on short stubby punches in the inside.
Yeah, better be as strong as fuck. I never take that away from him, but he does do a lot of cuffing. Like even the first knockdown from the Joe Smith fight, he fucking cuffed him around the goddamn head. That's what he does. At least, like people talk about Jerron Ennis. At least Jerron Ennis like closes his fist and actually lands the glove on the fucking head. Better be if just cuffs you with his wrist and like drags your head down basically. But oh, that's a knockdown. Like oh, bro.
Who's Boots fighting next?
It might be Butayev. I'm praying for fucking Thurman, but Thurman want to wait till it's a vacant title. So I don't know. Stanionis might.
Nigga, I'm on the same page Thurman on. Fuck y'all niggas talking about. I think I will fight this nigga for what?
If Thurman talking about he want 10 million for
I
somebody.
want $10 million, nigga. You see how this nigga, bro? It's not just any nigga that I'm gonna be fighting. This is a guy who has real life fucking power and knows how to fucking box beautifully.
I think Jerron Ennis only has like one decision win. I think he's knocked out damn near everybody. I'm
And
trying.
this nigga got youth, speed, power on his side. Come on
Oh
now,
no, he's only got two decision wins. But yeah, he's got 29,
nigga.
29 0, 27 KOs.
Keith
Yeah,
Thurman, Keith Thurman, biracial ribs can't hold up to that type of power.
not at
Sorry,
all. Not at all.
it,
But
it gets, it's over.
yeah, I don't know, and that's the same thing that BLK Prime said about why they didn't offer Thurman a fight because Thurman won too much money, and I'm like, okay, so y'all on the same type of time as fucking PBC was on as it comes to Thurman. So why y'all talking so much shit?
Dude, you already know these niggas don't be making no goddamn sense.
Oh shit, Jason said Boots belong at 160. Nah, don't do that. As long as he makes the weight safely, he belong at welterweight. Look at fucking Fundora. Fundora's fucking crazy. I want to see Boots versus Fundora. That should be hilarious.
Man, I swear to God, I will pay $100 to watch that fight
Boots,
tomorrow.
Boots will light him the fuck up. That shit wouldn't even be funny. Boots will
Boots
fucking.
versus Fedora. Psh,
It'd be like a nigga hunting a giraffe with a sword. Oh my god. It was funny too because right after the Lubin fight, I said, okay, let's make Boots versus Fundora. People are like, hey, calm down. He still has to clean up 147 first. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought. Scary ass. Yeah, Boots is huge. He is huge. But yeah, as long as but he doesn't look like he's drained at the weigh in.
man, Lomachenko using excuses, talking about he's too big. Devin Haney's too fucking big.
Yeah,
He looks like a heavyweight. Who gives a fuck?
if Loma really felt that way, he should have went down to 130 and fought Shakur. If that's how he really felt this entire time. Oh, I'm too small for 135. Then get your ass.
So I'm gonna look. Hey, the Canelo fans be fucking coming at me and shit like that, coming at Wilder, and I'll be like, okay, easy way to fucking end this the Mexican American versus Black American dispute is just put Wilder versus Canelo at cruiserweight.
Yeah, and then the winner fights Usyk at cruiser. There you go.
There you go. Yeah,
Oh my God, Wilder versus Usyk at cruiserweight. Jesus Christ, Usyk might get killed.
man, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Yeah, I understand that Usyk wants to be undisputed and shit, but he should never call Wilder out or
Yeah, don't
say
do
he's
that.
attempting his fight.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do that. Don't be like, okay, Fury is busy, so obviously Wilder should be next, and then I'm gonna go to his fight and see what he about. And then not only do you not go to the fight, but after the knockout, you go quiet for a week and be like, yeah, I'm gonna focus on Tyson Fury. But I'm like, you're losing to both, so it doesn't really matter. You just why even talk about it, bro?
But
Because
like I
Fury
said,
gonna beat his ass.
if you was a real generational pound for pound great,
Yeah, but I personally think Fury gonna step on Usyk. Just being real, I don't think that there's anything Usyk does good enough to beat Tyson Fury. And knowing Tyson Fury, you'll have to knock him out to win. And Usyk can't do that, so is what it is. But yeah, Wilder is literally one ham sandwich away from Cruiser. But look, I can't get mine off there. And yeah, there's also very important for Keyshawn Davis is the same age as Devin Haney, and you look what he's doing. Like, I mean, come on. Like I said, dudes get so impressed with the flash and the top rank marketing that they forget to understand the difference between boxing and fighting and the ability that you need to do both at the highest level. Like, not a, oh shit, cozy. Okay, so, hmm. So I like Duke Reagan personally, and
yeah,
I'm not.
my bad. Niggas, everybody calls me when I'm fucking on live. I could just be chilling. Nobody call me, but as soon as I want to get on live and shit, everybody calling.
Oh,
But go
see,
ahead.
look
But
at
what's up with Troy Isley? I ain't watched Troy Isley fight.
well, Troy. I'm not gonna say he's a fraud. I just never thought highly of him. Like he hasn't been put on any sort of
He's
pedestal.
strong. He's a strong big ass motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a good looking middleweight, but I don't see him being competitive at like the top 10 or top five. Like
He's just a little sluggish to me.
his arsenal just isn't diverse. Like he doesn't do anything particularly special. He doesn't jab enough. He fights the same. He curls up on the inside and does all that infighting weird shit. Like he doesn't exercise a lot of his boxing ability that that he supposedly has. But Duke Reagan, I'm not gonna say fraud as of now, but
He needs some work. He needs some work.
it's looking kind of sketch,
Cause
man.
I didn't like how he got hit with that. Was it overhand right or overhand left?
He
No, it
got
was
hit,
overhand right.
he got hit with a
And
lot
that
of shit.
shit fucking had his ass nigga looking. Whoa! I said, man, he needs a new trainer.
It's just I think he just might be physically limited because he doesn't go to the body often enough. He know he don't have no knockout power, but he doesn't go to the like, he doesn't fight like it. He doesn't go to the body often enough, and his jab isn't good enough to keep motherfuckers above of him. So he's on the
He's
watch.
real fast. He's real elusive a little bit. I feel like he's good. He just needs some fine tuning, bro. I ain't gonna say he on fraud watch, man. He just needs some fine tuning. But I ain't gonna say he generational talent. All I
No,
know is
not at all.
he ain't looking like how young Gary Russell was looking.
Yeah, Richard Torres is absolutely a fraud. What's up, PGH Big Dog? Richard
Oh
Torres,
my God, Torres! I
that
want to
nigga
see him get
sucks.
slapped.
That nigga sucks. Richard Torres is a supreme fraud. They try to advertise him as like some kind of fucking MIT graduate or some shit solving Rubik's cubes. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. That nigga's a fraud. That, he's a supreme fraud, bro. He's just big and strong and looks good. If you put him in there with Jared Anderson right now, Jared Anderson will knock him the fuck out. And keep in mind, I'm not even high on Jared Anderson. I'm really not.
Can you imagine a 27-year-old, 28-year-old Wilder versus fucking Torres?
Wow,
What the fuck, man? And I swear it makes me really hate these boxing fans that hated Wilder his career, because how the hell you gonna say this nigga has no skills, he's a terrible heavyweight and all that, but you got motherfuckers like this with the so-called skills looking like this?
yeah, people will say with their whole chest that Derek Chisora is a better boxer than Deontay Wilder. Fucking how? With double-digit losses? How? He got knocked out by Dillian White with one fucking punch. How is he a better boxer? Like, niggas just say stuff it doesn't even make sense. Oh yeah, the guy with double-digit losses is clearly better. Like, get the
Who you
fuck
said I want Mason versus Keyshawn Davis? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it
that,
100.
that's what the fuck I'm saying.
Mason been looking more better to me in my eyes.
I've said it. I tried to tell him before. Abdullah Mason will beat Keyshawn Davis ass.
Yeah, he definitely looking like that guy.
This nigga took a picture with Terrence Crawford and everyone think he Bud. No, I'm telling y'all. And then Ashton Silva from the Paul Silva undercard clean all the niggas up. Watch. He'll clean them all up. Like Ashton Silva versus Shakur Stevenson. Let me see something. Because it's always the dudes y'all don't watch, and then you discover 2 years later, oh shit, yeah, I knew about him. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You were too busy riding Keyshawn and Shakur did, because that's who ESPN put in front of you. Meanwhile, the dudes getting it out the trap that you never heard of come out of nowhere and end up upsetting someone. All of a sudden, it's like, oh shit, yeah, he been good for a long time. I've been on to him. No, you haven't.
And that's what I'm thinking about my guy, Aleem on Showtime.
Oh, right, Salim?
Yeah, because he's not the most promoted, but that motherfucker's good, man.
I tried to tell Stephen Fulton directly. I tried to tell him on Twitter. I was like, look, man, MJ, that fight is most likely not going to happen. And Neri already lost to Brandon Figueroa, so you might as well give Aleem a shot. And somebody else came in saying, I'm asking Stephen Fulton to be humble. I'm like, what? By beating someone's ass? And then when Stephen Fulton said, oh, I don't like his style, I was like,
You see, and I like Fulton too. I
yeah.
like Fulton, but I said Aleem is good because that's another brother who's just as fast, or maybe even faster.
He's not faster, but he's stronger.
You think he's faster?
No, Stephen Fulton is faster than him, but he's definitely stronger. But one thing that Aleem has that's very rare for black fighters is he has that weird left hook from the 80s, like Little Charlo. Like, because Plania has a good left hook. He beat the shit out of Joshua Greer, who's an FBA, who's a black dude. So he whooped his ass, and then he was using that same left hook in there on Plania and was neutralizing his shit. So I'm like, yeah, Reese Aleem is one of those like throwback fighters who, like, is just real athletic, real big, real strong, and you're gonna have to.
I feel like that fight is one of those classic throwback fights. Aleem versus Cool Boy Steph.
Yeah, but niggas don't want to fight niggas these days. The only people that are actually down to fight some black people is Wilder and Haney, and Charlos, both Charlos.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers ain't down. Shakur don't want it. Tank don't want it. Keyshawn don't want to fight no niggas. Like,
there is no fight that Javante has that I can be like, yeah, remember he fought that brother and they both fought. Has Devontae and Davis ever fought a brother before?
Yeah, but there's some nondescript dudes that he was supposed to run over. No one's certified. Oh yeah, Spence is down to fight black people. Yes, coach. My bad. I'm sorry. And Midwest, you might be right, but if
you know what, fucking Javante's resume would have looked better if he would have beat guys like Gary Russell at the time, motherfucking Tevin Farmer at the time, Pedraza, yeah, Loma, and who else? Leo, shit like that. If his resume looked like that, then it'd be like, oh, okay. He really beat some dudes. But now it's like, you're becoming the fucking Mexican bump slayer.
Yeah, you know, that is what
And
it is.
that Rolly fight was like what Cozy Rito said, it's a fucking WWE fight. It was just for strictly for our entertainment, nothing less, nothing more.
Yeah, so they can all just make a collective paycheck. But Midwest, that could be true. I don't see it here in the rankings. But if Fulton's not fighting Aleem, what makes you, or if MJ's not fighting Fulton, what makes you think that he'll fight Aleem? Like that's an ass whooping too. So I like, I don't see that shit happening. What the fuck? Jamal fought Brandon Adams. Brandon Adams is fucking good, and he fought J Rock.
Yeah.
He fought Prime
See,
J Rock.
Brandon Adams wasn't good till he fucking slept that fucking wannabe Triple G that was pushing up on us.
Yeah, and he smoked. And he smoked. What's the name? This other decent, but dude who fought Cordell Booker. I forgot his name, but yeah, he Brandon Adams been giving some good ones this year. And keep in mind, Triple G tried to fight Brandon Adams, but
I
Brandon Adams
know.
was Carlos. So let's not
You
get
know what they did? They had to do a double take, D High.
yeah, they did their research and was like, oh shit,
They
he
said,
might.
yeah, we'll fight him. And then they looked at his shit and said, oh wait, hold on.
Yeah, like Brandon Adams just fought Shane Mosley Jr. He fought Jamar Charlo and lost. Then he knocked out Sonny Duverson, and then he smoked Sergey Boachuk. So yeah, Brandon Adams been putting in some work. He has 3 losses, but he started late and shit like that. But Brandon Adams is decent. MJ does not beat Aleem Midwest. He looked like shit against a late replacement, and I'm sorry, but MJ is not. I don't see who's that. I haven't seen any real separation. I mean, again, who look at the people he's fighting. Like he damn near lost to that random late replacement that I fucking never heard of. Like, I don't know, man. Honestly, MJ has a better shot to beat Fulton than he does fucking Aleem. I think Aleem will knock him the fuck out. I really do. If we're keeping it all the way real, I think Aleem probably knocked MJ smooth the fuck out of here. I think with Fulton he at least goes a distance, but with Aleem, because the way Aleem fights, yeah, and he stopped Ronnie Rios in the 12th. Yeah, Jose Velasquez, yeah, this motherfucker had 5 losses. He looked like shit in there. Jesus. Yeah, and Shakur moved up. Yeah, he didn't fight Oshaki. I'm not hyping Brandon Adams. I'm just saying that he's not a terrible person. But Danny Jacobs could have fought Charlo. That could have happened, but he didn't. So I mean, what the fuck?
I want to see Charles versus what's his name, Adamas.
Yeah, that's good smoke. I need to see. Yeah, I need to see Adamas, Triple G if possible, and
But
Benavidez.
Charlo haven't been in the ring for a while, but he ain't, him being a nigga, he ain't gonna get that Lomachenko treatment.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But he's also, I think he's like over 30, so he needs to get a handle on his career immediately because his
Yeah, you
prime.
see, he posted. He said he getting back in the lab, or he is back in the lab.
Yeah, he's 32, so he's the same age as Spence. So his prime is slipping. He got 3 years to regulate and get the fights he needs to be getting. He needs to be active. He needs to be fighting 3 times a year at this point.
What schedule would you put Charlo on? Like, who would you have him fight now and then right after?
I would take Adamas, then try to make. I'd take a. Oh shit. Here's what I do. I take Adamas, Triple G, Munguia, Benavidez in that order.
That sound like three different weight classes, in my opinion. You know why?
No, it's because
Because
it's all at 160, and then Benavidez is 168. That's when you just leave the division.
who you got? Adamas versus Charlo. You think Charlo can wash him?
Yeah, I think Charles can beat him. I mean, Charles got to be careful. He's got to be
He was
defensively
looking strong
responsible.
against what's his face,
What? Montiel?
Montiel. But that's probably nobody wants to say take in consideration that maybe the reason why he looked like that is because Charlo landed fucking several punches on Montiel. He probably fucked him up before he got a chance to fight Adamas.
I mean, Adamas is strong, but Adamas is also a southpaw, and Adamas doesn't box as good as Charlo, so he just went in there dogging, and he just kept the pressure on. Charlo could have stopped him if he had kept the pressure on, but Montiel used the ropes, and Charlo just didn't do what was necessary at the time. Hopefully, he's made some adjustments and can actually put some work in. But I mean, he dominated him and whooped his ass. Like Montiel, I barely didn't really win around, so it's not like Montiel had moments of success. Like, I mean, come on. Like people look at that fight like Charlo struggled. I'm like, bro, Charlo washed him just because he didn't get the knockout. That's not nothing.
Nigga, he did have Charlo eye looking real plumpish.
Yeah, I mean, he hit him. That should happen sometimes. And if Adamas had let this fight last a little bit longer, it might have happened there. We don't know. But Adamas,
You think the WC about to mandate that?
I don't know. I hope they do. But Adamas is not indestructible. He's been beat before. Like Adamas got beat up by Patrick Teixeira, who's not known for anything special. He's one of the biggest paper champions in all of boxing. So
I remember that too. That's nuts. Cause I think that's the first time I seen him fight.
yeah. So let's not get twisted. Not to mention, fucking Adamas, I believe, is moving up in weight. So got a little bit extra power now. But let's get it. I think Charlo versus Adamas is a good ass fight.
Yeah, that'll be a good scrap.
Yeah. Luther Bell tried to screw Foster in the deal. Yeah, and I heard
Yeah, what's up with that shit? No, it's been real silent on that.
and I also seen some bullshit with Charles Conwell as well. They trying to starve him out or something. And also, dudes don't really want to fight Charles Conwell, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he
Because
killed somebody in the ring. Who wants to fight that?
yeah, because Charles Conwell is another person that you guys don't put into the equation at 154 because he's just not popular. This is why I keep talking about it. You guys hype up all these popular dudes and then don't discover somebody until it's too late, until they beat somebody you like. Then all of a sudden it's oh yeah, he been good. I knew about him. No,
But
you didn't.
can you blame him, D Hive? Because nigga, we never see these niggas on TV.
I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, I can blame. They don't do their research. They claim to like boxing, but then don't watch boxing. I mean, Charles Conwell is somebody that people should know, especially for the Patrick Day situation. That's why people know about Subriel Matias. Shit, because he's
You know,
fucking.
that's not even how I knew about him. I didn't even know. It's crazy because I seen that fight live. That shit was fucked up.
That's how I discovered him because he killed fucking Dottership. I was like, oh shit, this
That
is
shit
nigga.
was nuts. Cause he got out that ring, he was throwing up in that bucket and shit. They carrying him. I said, "Oh Lord." Next thing you know, they said he was dead. This boxing shit is cold, nigga. For real.
Yeah, I know he was weight drained Midwest, and that's why fighting a Charlo also coming up from 154 is a good fight, and Charlo needs to get on it. And if not Adames, then fucking Munguia then, because Munguia been hiding for way too long.
So what is 154 Charlo gonna do? Is he just gonna campaign as the undisputed 154 until he retire?
I doubt it, but he's probably gonna try to get at least one or two more fights. I hope he fights Spence, but he talking all that we friends stuff. You know what that means.
Where's Charlo gonna go down in the books?
As far as 154, just in general.
Just in general.
Shit, he's one of the best fighters of this era. I mean, shit, he's the first 154 of the four belt era. He's skill sets wise, he does everything good, and he's only made steady improvements. He's literally only gotten better, and he's a champion at the top of his division, and his competition is steadily increasing. His fights are not getting easier; they're getting harder.
And he's
And
ped free.
exactly. Like his competition, he went from Harrison, which was big deal, to Rosario, big deal, and then he got Lubin, which is a good prospect. Then he's got Castano, which is a major step up, and now he's got Tim Zoo or whatever. People say Tim Zoo's gonna beat him, and then he might have Fundora. So it's like, bro, his competition, and if he fights Spence, like, dude, you literally can't ask any more of a fucking fighter, man.
Nah, real shit. Real shit though.
Conwell signed to. I don't know if he's one of DeBella's boys, but there's some beef on Twitter. I bookmarked the post. I'll get back to you on that one, Midwest.
So
Uh,
what you think about Charlo fighting Fundora?
I think Charlo will beat him. And cozy about Charlo versus Timothy. I think Charlo gonna knock Timothy the fuck out. Like he fought on Pro Bellum once, but I'm not sure if he's a Pro Bellum fighter. I will find the post and get back.
Conwell tripping. I remember reading an article about this nigga said he was told to lie and say he have COVID.
No, it was a hand injury.
You sure? It was one of them. Nah, I think he had to do that too, bro.
Oh, he had the line say yeah, go to the
Yeah,
kind of like Keyshawn with the sudden virus that's not COVID.
yeah, the virus that infects him until it's time to fight on Shakur Stevenson undercard.
Right. Just say you want
Remember
to.
I was, you remember I was calling that shit out, and people was like, "Oh, Art, man, you tripping, bro? You tripping,
Yeah.
man?" I was like, "Nah, nigga, something funny about this little nigga." Here we, and then now we see it.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit was funny as fuck. I don't understand why people just couldn't like accept that. It just I don't understand why they couldn't just be honest. Just, I want more money, so I'm gonna fight on my buddy undercard.
Yeah, I want more, not just more money. I want to be on a better fucking undercard.
Right. Precisely. I don't know why you just couldn't come out and say that shit.
Cause you're top rank.
Damn, I'm trying to find the fucking post about Conway. God damn it. But yeah, no, there was some issue where his promoters want him to be in like this different kind of contract, and that's why he hasn't been getting fights because they want him to sign away like a lot of his rights for a long period of time. Like they're trying to get him into like a AJ type shit. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that shit.
He said if EJ beats Charlo, he'd be one of the goats.
Shit, if
I
EJ
want
took
to see
out
Charlo.
Charlo,
I
man,
want to. I want to see EJ a champion at 160 as well.
you think he gonna fight that long to make it to
Fight
160?
to make it 160. How old is he now?
He is 32, I believe.
Probably not. That type of shit, you gotta be in love with the game, and the way EJ be sounding, he be sounding like, yeah, I know I'm good, but I ain't gonna be doing this shit forever.
Yeah, he doesn't like. I'm pretty sure. Like, I mean, he also has a promotional company he wants to run. But yeah, he looks like it doesn't look like he's tired of boxing and fighting. It just looks like he's tired of the bullshit. Like
Yeah,
he's
real
like
shit. Like
all the fucking games and cowards like Keith Thurman and Bud. He's just like, oh my god, I just can't stand these bitch dudes trying to make.
because man, I was raised in Texas, man, and I understand the type of guy that Errol Spence is. He's a straight stand up man, Texas brother. Like he don't got nothing to lie about. So the fact that folks will say, "Oh, well, Errol Spence is scared," and don't you see he's pulling tricks behind the master? Like that shit's pissing me off because it's like, bro, this nigga tell you exactly what he's gonna do it, what he's gonna do, how he's gonna do it, and what the fuck he's been transparent every time.
Yeah, real quick. Speaking of Brandon Adams and stuff, Lou DiBella on Twitter said that Brandon Adams has twice refused to fight Charles Conwell. So it looks like he might be rep by DiBella, but it looks like we got some duck sauce in the game. But that's why he fights on Probellum because DiBella secured that Probellum contract. So I think he's rep by DiBella, but looks like we got some duck sauce in this bitch.
Yeah, like I said, who want to fight a guy who killed somebody?
Yeah, because fucking Conwell beat the shit out of Adams. That's not.
Imagine, imagine you talking to your girl and you like, yeah, babe, we got another check coming in, about to fight, da da da. And she's like, okay, who you about to fight? You know, you tell him to do Charles Conwell. So y'all just chilling. You know, she go to work the next day. She's at work. She like, let me pull up this Charles Conwell guy. And then she pulls up that this nigga fought Patrick Day and iced him. Rest in peace.
Oh,
What
shit.
you think your girl gonna tell you?
I mean, just be careful, move your fucking head. This is all you can say. Don't get
Hell
caught.
nah. She gonna
Don't.
tell you, baby, you think you can now when you sign the contract, does it mean you're totally locked in? Real shit.
Oh, I mean, hey, that's the game. I mean, people. I mean, shit. Kovalev killed somebody, and that nigga hasn't struggled getting fights.
That's true. But who he killed though?
Some fucking Russian dude. I don't remember.
Yeah, shit's just wild out here. But I gotta end this live though. I gotta go get some breakfast and shit.
All right, no problem. Thanks for having me on. Y'all have a good one.
Yep, stay up.